Good morning, everybody. It's Charlie Bengal, CEO of Remax Allegiance. Welcome to our January sales meeting. Hope everybody's having a great new year, 2021, filled with hope. Happy New Year, everybody. Next slide, please. Moving on to some announcements. Our February theme is going to be Get More Listings. Check out theallegianceway.com for amazing training content on this important section. We have training just chock full of training for February from the likes of Amy Lassen, different groups, different panelists. So if you want more listings in 2021, and I know you all do, because a listing is like a paycheck right now in this market, I think February will be a good theme for you, and you'll be able to come away from that training armed with lots of good stuff. Next slide, please. To that end, our professional speaker series is coming up again. That's always the first Wednesday of the month. So on February 3rd at 10 a.m., Jackie Leavenworth is returning to Remax Allegiance for her 6 Deadly Pricing Mistakes session. Some of you will recall we had her in live probably 5 years ago, and that talk was basically rated the best session, the best speaker that we've ever had at Remax Allegiance. So we're thrilled to have Jackie Leavenworth back. She's going to be back on the 3rd at 10. Please register for details at theallegianceway.com and click on events. I'm also going to be interviewing Jackie this Friday during our Real Talks show to get a preview of the upcoming event. Next slide. Is your 2021 marketing plan complete? That's a question I've been asking all week with the folks that are in group coaching with me. This is what we've been working on. If you do not have a 2021 marketing plan in writing, you can start by downloading our guide by going to theallegianceway.com and clicking on checklists. We know that what you have written down is much more likely to actually get done. I have some non-negotiables in our marketing plan, sending out a snail mail piece once a month to your past clients in Sphere, showing them that you're the knowledge broker, doing an e-newsletter of some sort, whether you're doing that yourself or you have Chris Kraus from the marketing team doing that on your behalf, and then doing something with birthdays, right? We need to be celebrating the birthdays of our past clients in Sphere of Influence. And a simple way to do that, you could just go to Cheryl's.com and send a cookie card to people. They're $5 or $6 mailed. So if you've not checked out Cheryl's, and that's spelled with a CH, so when you think Cheryl's, just think Charlie, and you'll remember how to spell it. Cheryl's.com. Next slide. As a reminder, since mid-March, masks are required in all common areas and our offices in order to comply with the laws of the jurisdictions where we operate. Also, a little bit of common sense. If you feel ill or if you've had COVID-related symptoms, you're not permitted in the offices. We've been having some challenges in some markets with COVID in the offices, and we're trying to prevent the spread. So always wear a mask, wash your hands frequently. If you still feel ill, stay at home. The same rules apply that we've had for the better part of a year. Hopefully we'll all be vaccinated later this year and can start doing events in person and see each other again soon. Next slide. Legal update. It's my pleasure to welcome Kevin Bailey from Community Title Network. Community Title Network is our title partner operating in Maryland, Northern Virginia, and the District of Columbia. Kevin is an attorney, and Kevin, it's always good to see you. And I'm just going to let the world know that I was told yesterday that Kevin's wife was due with kid number 2 yesterday. So we didn't know that you'd be on. So it's good to see you.
Good morning, Charlie. Good to see you too. Yeah, we're down to the wire here. I'm operating on borrowed time at this point, but I'm delighted to be here with everyone from Remax Allegiance.
Awesome. What do you have for us today?
So I just wanted to briefly go over the extension of the mayor's emergency order for the public health emergency in the District of Columbia. It's been extended through March 31st, 2021, and that has some major implications for real estate and for everyone here as real estate professionals. I'm just going to briefly give you an overview. If anyone has any questions about how this may impact your business, feel free to reach out. But just please understand, that due to the extension of the emergency order, there's now an extension of eviction prohibitions until 60 days after the public health emergency is lifted. It's scheduled to lift March 31st, so that really puts us in, the end of May, even June, before evictions can begin again. And keep in mind, this has also been the fourth extension of the continued extension of the emergency order. There's a rent increase prohibition for residential property and certain commercial properties. These are smaller commercial properties until 30 days after the emergency is lifted. So you're looking at the end of April. Next slide. Once again, as I warned a few weeks ago, it extends all TOPA deadlines until 30 days after the public health emergency is lifted. So we're looking at the end of April before our TOPA timelines start again. I'll be teaching another course on that, or an overview of how that process works, coming up in February. There's also a foreclosure moratorium on residential and condominium foreclosures until 60 days after the public health emergency is lifted. That's on DC properties under the mayor's order. Next slide. There are mandatory rent payment plans for eligible tenants. They just have to be offered. I won't go into this in detail. If anyone is managing any properties, we can discuss this in further detail if need be. There's also mortgage relief must be offered for qualifying borrowers who can demonstrate a hardship due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and which must permit, as the slide says, a 90-day deferment of the debt service payments, and the deferral can extend up to 3 years. Next slide. Finally, I just wanted to bring up a couple federal foreclosure guidelines. The Federal Housing Finance Agency announced that Fannie and Freddie will extend the moratorium on single-family foreclosures until at least January 31st, 2021. Now, that's the end of this month. It's likely they're going to extend it again. They've been evaluating this on a month-to-month basis. This only applies to Fannie and Freddie-backed single-family mortgages, so we're looking at our conventional loans for the most part. But in addition, HUD announced that FHA-insured single-family mortgages are subject to an extension of the moratorium through the end of February, so they've already extended it through the end of next month as well. So keep this stuff in mind as you're moving forward and guiding your clients. The COVID-19 public health emergency in the District of Columbia has been with us for 10 months now, and it's going to continue for an entire year at this point. We just need to be cognizant and aware of how it can impact our business, and mindful of how we need to operate in that context.
Awesome, Kevin. Appreciate the presentation, and congratulations again on kid number 2. I hope things go well today.
Wonderful. Thanks, Charlie. Take care.
Good to see you. Take care.
Yes.
Thanks. Next up, we've got managing broker Ellen Ng of our Fairfax and Burke offices. Ellen, good morning. I think you've got a market update for us today.
I do have a market update for you, but I want to give a shout out for the girls today. I'm wearing my I'm Speaking Kamala Harris shirt. So here's for us girls. Anyway, let's go on with the market update. Washington, D.C. average stats. Year-to-date volume is up 10.84%. Jeez. Year-to-date sold percentage is up 6.2. Sales price is averaging at 760. Days on market is 30. Average sales price to average list price is 98.7%. In December, there were 826 new listings. In December, there were 726 new pendings. You guys can do the math on that. Closed in December is 885, and active in December is 1469. Next slide, please. Montgomery County, the year-to-date volume is up 11.82. The average sold price year-to-date is up 6.28. The average price is $591K. Days on market is a little lower, it's 22. Average sales price to average list price, congratulations, 99.5. 862 new listings in December and 879 new pendings in December. Again, closed in December is 1306 and active is 906 in December. Next slide. In Northern Virginia, volume is up 15.88%. Average sold percentage is 8.97. 598 is the year-to-date average price. 20 days on the market, 99.6% is sales price to list price. 2,412 December new listings, 2,532 pending new listings in December, and closed in December were 3534. active in December were 2320, a tight market. Next slide, please. Prince George's year-to-date volume is up 9.19%. Average sold percentage is down, up 10.73%. Average price is $355. Short time on market at 15 days. Average sales price to average list price is 99.7. Good job on the listings. New listings are 905 in December. New pendings in December are 901, and closed is 1145. The active December listings are 663. Next slide. Hampton Roads, the beach, where I want to be. Year-to-date volume, boom, up 21.3%. Average sold percentage is up 25.8%. Year-to-date price, average price is $284. Days on market is 29. Again, here for the listings, 100.7% average sales price to average list price. December new listings are 1528. December pendings are 1683. Closed in December is 1978, and active in December is 2087.
No discounts in Hampton Roads. I hope we're telling everybody in all of our markets what's the most discount you're probably going to get on a property. Maybe 1% if you're lucky, according to the data, right? So use that in your
listings.
Yeah, and use that conversation when you're talking to buyers and setting the expectation. Ellen, always good to see you. Have a good rest of the day.
Take care, guys.
Next up, we've got principal broker Chuck Klein. Chuck, it's always good to see you.
Hey, Charlie. How are you doing?
I'm great, and to be able to hear your broker update. Take it away.
Very good. Well, lightweight for the beginning of the year, we're talking about housing trends. We're talking about things that we can look for, and some of them have been around and they're doubling down. Kitchens, marble counters are staying strong, bold veins of color going through. Light is still number one, but there's going to be a trend to darker. People that like Corian, that white Corian, still very strong. Wall-to-wall cabinets. More is more when it comes to cabinets. Ditch the open shelving look. Wood is back. There's going to be reclaimed wood we see more of, and certainly warm woods and earth tones are coming back fast. The kind of farmhouse black matte faucet look is out. Copper and gold faucets, kind of the metals are back in, and faucets that you can talk to, as in, faucet, give me 2 cups of water, please. Anything that's handleless cabinets, you just push on them, no more knobs. That's not going to be the trend. And multi-level hybrid second islands, where you can do kind of, the second island is going to act as a dining room table and a kitchen table and a place for the kids to do homeschooling. Next slide, please. Bathrooms, the idea of supersized tiles that are retro and sleek stays strong. Thick 3-inch countertops on the cabinets in the bathrooms are going to be something everyone's going to look for. Marble, Corian, still good. Plumbing on display, big pieces. High-tech shower heads that you can actually put essential oils in, and inserts, and have your waterproof Bluetooth so you can listen to music in your favorite your favorite podcast. Out is lab-like bathrooms, kind of that whole operating vibe where it's, you know, really sterile. And in, where you can do it, are open air showers, and certainly everything more neutral. When it comes to colors, sometimes gray is almost now, we could consider so far in, it's out. But ultimate gray, softer and warmer, has been determined by Pantone Color Design. They do a lot of insight analytics for all industry, and they've come up with this as to be the one that everyone should look for. It's really a nice combo of gray and kind of a warmer beigey. Satin Paprika is a Rust-Oleum look we can see in the future, and you use it on outdoor furniture, and you'll accent kind of things, and you'll see it on interior pieces as well. A nice Gean teal from Benjamin Moore kind of supports the trend to brights and warm tones. And next slide, please. So tech trends. There's robot vacuums, and the new ones are going to have AI built in so that they can auto maneuver around the house and not get stuck in a cul-de-sac in the corner of the living room. Smart locks, 2-in-1 deadbolts with knobs, one turn opens, and fingerprint solutions. There's many selections here, and with the way things are, there's a lot of choices to pick from. Rapid freezing appliances where you can get smoothies and frozen yogurt made in like 2 minutes or less. You know, I think we have another trend slide here where there's a few other trends that came up at the last minute. Wi-Fi 6E to connect for the home, to connect refrigerators, phones, TV, doorbells, shower heads, and vacuums. Current Wi-Fi is not strong enough. And everything gourmet from home, specialty appliances like rotisseries and pizza brick ovens that are built in where people have got room in their kitchens. And finally, certainly, level 10 storage pantries, double-sized pantries with all kinds of built-ins, supporting everything best experience for the kitchen. And I'm sure there'll be more.
That's good stuff. I need to do some renovations, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And gold is already out. It's only been back for like 3 years.
Yeah.
It's out again.
It's out again.
Huh, interesting. Those of you that are looking for high value content to send to your past clients in Sphere, Chuck just gave it to you, right? What if you send out a postcard or a letter that said 2021 trends, home trends? Chuck just gave you your postcard. So appreciate that, Chuck. Always good to see you. Have a good rest of the day.
You too.
Take care. Next up, Chris Krause is off today. So the stand-in, Melissa Chavez, is here. Melissa, good morning. What you got for us?
Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to be going over 4 of the products that we offer through the in-house marketing department. Of course, we offer flyers, brochures, and business cards, but we won't be touching on any of that today. So the first product we're going to be going over is the market update postcards. So next slide. Yes. So we offer this postcard in 3 different sizes. We cover all of our markets. So Hampton Roads, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Totally customized to you. You can send this out to your sphere, or if you are thinking about farming an area but don't know how to pull those addresses, we can pull those for you. Well, Chris can pull those for you. So definitely don't let that deter you if you don't have mailing addresses already. And I made myself a quick note about this because I think this is an excellent product to send to your sphere, but then follow up with like a text or a call asking them if they had any questions about the stats that you included on your postcard. So the next product we have is the social proof piece. So on the left-hand side, you'll see this is a sample of the postcard. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, this is just a sample of the social media image that you can share across Instagram or Facebook. And this is just to showcase what you've done throughout 2020. You can also replace those Remax balloons. If you have a logo and you prefer to use that, we can totally swap that out for you. So just another touch point to show your clients and your followers what you've done in the marketplace throughout 2020. On our next slide, we have the buyer and seller guides. So you can get a buyer guide that walks your buyers through the entire buyer process. And then we have a seller's guide that walks them through the entire selling process. It's totally customized to you. So your contact information, your testimonials, think of it like a pre-listing presentation. So before you go in to meet with your clients, give them an opportunity to see the type of professionalism you would display if you were to market their property, or the type of professionalism you would display if you were to represent them as your buyer. So these come in 3 different formats. You can get soft cover, hard cover. There's a digital version, and I love the digital version because you get your own unique link. I've even seen some people put it on their website, and I think I saw that Ressie Wilson is in the chat. So shout out to Ressie, because I believe she has added that link to her website. So as people are Googling her or looking at her website, they automatically come across the additional services that she offers as an agent. So the digital versions are $99 each. So if you haven't already talked to Chris about getting your buyer and seller guides, I would definitely reach out to him to add this to your marketing presentation. So the next product we're covering is, by far, I think this is a no-brainer. So for $49 a month, we will automatically email your sphere on your behalf. So all of the content is customized to you. Most of the work for you is done up front because we just need those email addresses. And if you need help exporting those email addresses from your email, from your phone, we can help you with that. Thereafter, our staff, if you are filling out your case processing sheet correctly, our staff will automatically add your email address to your MailChimp account. So all of these e-newsletters are sent via MailChimp. Chris will help you with creating the MailChimp account. So really all the work is being done on the front end for $49 a month. So automatically gets sent for you twice a month. And I've actually asked, so this e-newsletter that you see here on the screen is Lisa White's e-newsletter. And I've actually asked her to join me here for just a couple minutes to talk to me about how this is working for her and her business, and if she would recommend this to her fellow agents. Thanks for joining me, Lisa.
Thank you for having me, Melissa. So I definitely would recommend it.
Mm-hmm. What kind of success have you seen from the e-newsletter?
Yes, so the initial month that it went out, I received feedback from a couple of customers, and one customer even gave me a referral. So it definitely paid off. I would definitely say it's the best $49 that I could have spent. I do outsource quite a bit of marketing, but this particular tool, it's, you know, it's great information, it's attractive, it's automated, and it works.
Yes, yes. And I love that you've received feedback from your customers. That is our goal. It's to just add this as a supplemental piece to any other marketing items you're already using in your marketing plan. So I love that. That is our goal here. Thank you so much, Lisa.
You're welcome.
So that concludes the marketing update. So on this next slide, you will see Chris's contact information. He is our marketing guy. So if you'd like information on how to order these products, or if you just have any questions, please reach out to him at marketing@rmxtalk.com. Now, I'll leave it with this. Okay, so I didn't cover pricing. I kind of touched on it a little bit on some of those products, but I want to encourage you to focus on thinking about what is it that, how much money are you leaving on the table by not adding some of these supplemental marketing pieces to your 2021 marketing plan?
I think that's a good question to ponder. And we know the agents that use these are seeing results, right? A $99 listing presentation that's customizable to you, you cannot beat that anywhere that I know of. I'd love to see it if you can. And the e-newsletter, set it and forget it. And that farming piece, the infographic, we're headed into a, hopefully later this month, if not next month, that's going to be a subscription service. And I'm going to write the commentary for the card, but it's going to be customizable to you. So if in a given month you want to have like a happy Valentine's Day message instead of my market commentary, you'll be able to replace that. So you'll subscribe, you'll give us your information, Chris will send it out automatically, but you'll have a period of 5 or 7 days to get us any updates to the commentary. And if you're too busy and you want to forget about it, that's fine, because I'll have you covered with a commentary for that market that I've personally written. So we're trying to make this set it and forget it as best we can. So if we're sending out those postcards every month and they're also getting an e-newsletter from you twice a month, right? That's, I mean, you're more than halfway home when it comes to keeping in touch with your past clients in Sphere. And we know that's the easiest source of business, right? Once we have them, and we know that what? Wouldn't you rather work with somebody who already knows you, likes you, and trusts you? They're less likely to beat you up on your commission, and they're less likely to give you a hard time around pricing their home for sale because they already know you, they already trust you. So if you've not spoken to Chris, send him a note. He can send you a link to get into his calendar, and have a chat with him about the services that we offer. And the prices are competitive too, right? By the way, Melissa, good to see you. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Next up, we've got, next slide, please. Crystal Jalali. We can never have enough Community Title Network. So Crystal is here too. Crystal, I know you've already got enough kids, so you're not having any more, I don't think. I
No,
think you've got,
definitely not.
I think you've got 8 or 9. What do you have for us today?
We're going to talk about surveys, another optional must-have. More and more we're seeing buyers declining surveys, pretty much because they don't understand exactly why it's important or why they need it. Next slide, please. So what does the survey show? It shows us the lot area, lot design, fences, improvements, any physical encroachments from any neighboring lots, like sheds, planter's box, fence, things of that nature. It gives us the distances from the property lines, shows us where stoops, decks, porches, chimneys, and balconies are located. It also gives us where the building restriction or setback lines are. One thing I do want to highlight about building restrictions and setback lines, especially in some of the older neighborhoods, folks look at a piece of property and look at the county set building restrictions or setback lines, and those don't always conform to a developer or builder posed restriction. And those we've seen over the years, they differ in some of the older neighborhoods. A survey will also tell us where the utility easements are, driveways, any existing iron pipes that mark the corners. It gives us the street name, route number, the square footage of the land, and then the dimensions of the exterior of the improvements. Next slide, please. So why a survey is recommended? I feel it's really important to educate the buyer on this because it's the only reliable way of obtaining and confirming the basis information about the physical property. It shows the location of the improvements and easements in relation to the boundary line. It gives them peace of mind for the single largest investment in most people's lives. We get a lot of buyers that say, but it's a townhouse, I live in an HOA, I don't really need a survey. We're seeing more and more where a row of townhomes will have fences, and everybody, one person starts the fence line and then everybody just kind of follows along that line. So we see a lot of surveys in an HOA where the fences do not conform to the property line. And that does pose a problem not only for the homeowner, but for the HOA, because when the neighborhood was developed, the HOA indicated to the county to get approval that a certain amount of areas will be reserved for common area. So we're seeing, HOAs come back with compliance issues for borrowers and sellers, making them move their fences to conform to the property lines. One of the biggest reasons we see buyers decline a survey is because the lender says they don't require one and that they can close the loan without it, which is absolutely true. The reason for that is the lender does get title insurance coverage even if a buyer doesn't get a survey. But if a buyer declines getting a new survey, they carve out a huge exception in their owner's title insurance policy. So it's important for them to understand that when they are declining a survey, they're leaving out a huge component of title insurance coverage in an owner's policy. There are some situations where a seller may have a survey on the property and they give that to the buyer, and the buyer says, well, if the seller had it done a few years ago, I don't need it. The problem with that is it doesn't give the buyer the survey coverage in the owner's policy. If the seller made any improvements after their survey is done, of course, it won't appear on that survey. And the biggest thing is if the surveyor made a mistake on their survey, your buyer doesn't have any recourse against that surveyor because the survey wasn't done on their behalf. It was done on behalf of the seller. Next slide, please. So we're going to go over a few survey issues that we've seen over the years, and we'll go to the next slide to our first example. So in survey number 1, you'll see that the fence is off the property line in the rear, significantly, 5.4 feet in one area and 7.4 in the other. And as you look down towards the property where the actual house is located, just behind the house, you'll notice that the storm, there's a story block and frame building that's actually encroaching into Lot A, which presents a problem. You know, the neighboring lots could say, hey, you need to move your, you know, your building back within your lot lines. Folks like to claim adverse, you know, possession is always available, but that's not always easy to obtain. And survey number 2, this was actually an investor client who was purchasing this property, wanted to purchase this property to flip, but you'll notice that the pool is encroaching into a VEPCO easement. It's right almost smack in the middle of the VEPCO easement, runs almost, you know, down the middle of the pool, which presents a problem. If VEPCO needs to come in and make any repairs or replacements, they got to go through the middle of the pool. There's also a perpetual easement, which allows for use of the 26A lot for a portion of the frame garage and the concrete slab, but it didn't allow for the fence. So the fence violates that perpetual easement. And in this particular closing, my investor wanted to decline the survey. And after I saw the title search, I insisted that he actually get the survey. In section or in example number 3, this is a Lake Ridge townhome in an HOA, a perfect example of, you know, an end townhome putting up a fence and everybody following along the line. And you'll notice in the rear that not only does their fence encroach into the neighboring lot, but so does their frame shed. These aren't always huge issues, excuse me, but it's something that your buyers should be aware of before going to settlement, because you know, there may not be any recourse after the settlement, or, you know, it may prohibit them from some plans that they may have had for an expansion, you know, a fence, a new deck, something of that nature. So it's really important that the buyers understand where their lot lines are and what items may affect their property lines. Next slide, please. And as always, we are here to help. This was, I know, a lot of information to cover in a short period of time. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I manage the McLean office, and you can find all of our locations on our website. And you know, as Charlie said, we're your title partner, so we're here to help anytime you need us. Thank you for having me today.
That was a really excellent presentation, and I thought the examples made it even better. Nancy Alert has a question, Crystal. So you're saying if the buyer says no to a survey, the title insurance does not cover the issue?
That's correct. There's what's called a broad general survey exception in the owner's title insurance policy.
There you go. So I think we all learned something today. It's always good to see you. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon, Crystal.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Next up, it wouldn't be a sales meeting without our crazy cat lady, Aruslam Miaza. Aruslam, what do you have for us today?
Hi, good morning, everyone. Happy Hump Day. So first of all, I'm happy to announce that RE/MAX has released their 2021 advertising campaign featuring digital, TV, radio, social media, and print components, plus a fully customizable video editor tool. So many of you have heard of the RE/MAX Hustle website. So that's where you can access customizable videos and create customizable commercials using your name, photo, and contact information. But as a result of this new ad campaign, you will have access to a new Hustle video editor tool. So if you go to remaxhustle.com, they did some updates to the site. So this will allow you to make more professional quality videos using your own unique content. So you can create things like neighborhood videos, team member announcements, listing ads, market updates, and quick updates on new listings. So they have many templates for you to use and choose with these additional features. So definitely check those out. They also have, you can even jazz things up with music, title cards, text, stickers. So the possibilities are endless. So go to remaxhustle.com today and start checking it out. And you can always contact me at education@rmxtalk.com if you have any questions. Okay, next slide, please. Also, a really, really big thing that Coach Amy Lassen and I have been working on is pushing towards organization and efficiency and productivity within for our real estate agents for 2021. So that is our biggest goal. So her and I we started our own mini book club reading on getting things done. David Allen, this is his own methodology on productivity and efficiency. So we're applying that getting things done methods to our Asana class, and also a 5-part series that we're working on. So I'm teaching my first Asana class this Thursday. And if you go to theallegianceway.com, click on events, you can register there. So this Thursday, January 21st, at 2 p.m., I will be going over Asana in relation to real estate task management, because Asana is a third-party platform that's well known for project management, but there's so many ways that you can take advantage of this free tool for your real estate business and managing your productivity. And I also will be providing you all with general listing and buying templates that you can also customize along the way. And this is also a really great resource if you're working with team members as well. So please tune into my first class. And I also will be teaching more of those and hosting Asana office hours. So please tune in and don't forget to register.
Yeah, get it done in 21. This is a hot topic, whether you've been in business for 6 months or 50 years. We all struggle to get things done. And we've used within our company Asana for many years. I think it's a great program. It's free, right? And she's going to teach you how to use it. And did you hear the templates, the checklists? She's going to give you checklists that you can put into Asana. So if you're running your real estate business by memory, she's going to give you checklists. So as you get busy going into the spring, you're not going to forget to order, that termite inspection, for instance. Always good to see you, Ruslan. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, you too.
Next up, I'm thrilled to have a top producers panel today. We're going to be doing these every other month, and we're going to start out with 3 powerful women. Go ahead and bring them all up. We've got Lisa White from the Capitol Hill office, who's been with RE/MAX since 1988. We've got Heather Carlson with the Franconia office, a top producer with us since 2010. Kim Chamberlain, Prince William, has been with RE/MAX since 2005. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
This group sold a total of 84 homes for $42 million in 2020. So congratulations. It was a weird year. I think we can all agree, right? We had a shutdown in March. We didn't really know what was going to happen. And then the end of the year ended up, really good. 2020 was better than 19 when it comes to NAR stats. So I've got questions for each one of you, and then we'll throw some questions out to whoever wants to go. But I'd like to hear from each one of you about how did you get here? Why real estate? Who wants to start?
Lisa White.
Heather.
Telecom back in the day first. Am I misremembering?
So actually, I got into real estate, as I tell people, it was in my blood. So my grandparents were entrepreneurs. My father was an entrepreneur, and he was a builder and investor. So he had us on the job sites with him playing in mortar and trying to lay brick. So I had that passion for real estate way back then. And then I got licensed in 1986 with one of the large companies.
Got it. Okay, very good. Kim, what about you?
So mine's a little different. I've always loved homes, but I got into real estate so I could be here for my kids, but have a job that was flexible, allowed me to be there for field trips, but that I made decent money at. So that's what pulled me into this industry.
I like it. Heather's, what was your journey into real estate?
Well, for me, I just initially just wanted to buy a house and fix it up with my own hands. That was it. And I just wanted to do that one time, and then I got addicted. That was it. Loved it.
Here we are years later, having sold lots of homes. So I'm curious what motivates you. So when I onboard a new coaching client, I always say to them, okay, it's 25 degrees and snowing January 30th. What makes you get out of bed and go to work? When if you didn't, maybe your family would know. But it's not like your broker would know, right? You don't really have a boss. So what motivates you? Let's start with Kim.
So I'm pretty self-motivating myself. I'm probably my biggest critic, but as far as my why goes, it's family again. I'm sure you all can see a pattern here. But you know, it's very important for me as a woman to be a role model, having 3 daughters. So it's important for me to get up every day. They're my why, and I wanted them to see that they can do anything that they put their mind to.
I like it. Heather?
Gosh, you know, I hate to say it, guys. It's in my nature. It's how I was raised. Work, work, work. And I love it. I mean, I want to help people, but it's just self-motivated. I mean, for me, that's it.
Good. Lisa?
Ditto to self-motivated and working hard. And I absolutely love helping people. So at the end of the day, my why is helping buyers and sellers with their real estate needs, but as well as giving back to the community. As you know, I like to donate to various causes such as Children's National Medical Center, Fisher House, and the homeless shelter. So that's my why.
Awesome. And a shout out for Lisa. She gave more money last year to Children's Miracle Network and all of the RE/MAX Northeast region than any other RE/MAX agent. So congratulations to you. And I know that Heather and Kim are also big supporters of Children's Miracle Network. So, you know, we certainly appreciate that. Let's get into a little bit of nitty gritty about your business. Talk to me about what your best lead source is and what makes you good at it. Who wants to start? Lisa.
Since you have my mic on. So mine is farming. I actually do direct mail. I outsource to a company. I send out a high-end brochure, but I also have a company that sends out postcards, letters, and then we do some social media advertising as well. In addition to that, it's my network. So I do a lot of marketing to my network, whether it's events or if it's on social media, and then the past clients having events and things like that. So I would say most of my business, especially in 2020, came from the farm. It was like at least 8 sales in my farm when I look back at my records, and then the past clients and Sphere.
Got it. Good. Okay. Kim, what about you, your best lead source, and what makes you good at it?
It's my past and present clients. That's pretty much it. I'm by referral only and have been since I started in this industry. I don't cold call. Instead, I call my clients. So I text my clients. And I think that's what makes me different. I don't go away after settlement. If they're not my friends when they start the transaction, they're my friends at the end of the transaction. So that it is not just a one and done, you know, kind of with them forever. So that's what makes me different. And I actually enjoy that because I can't stand cold calling.
Good. So talk to me about, and you know, we like to say there's no wrong way to Tom Ferry says there's no wrong way to generate a lead. I always say, as long as you're generating enough leads, right? Talk to me a little bit about what the follow-up looks like with those past clients in Sphere.
So I do the RE/MAX drip campaign monthly.
Okay.
I do quarterly magazines to all of them. And then a year after I close, I send them quarterly gifts through Client Giant. So it's a service that sends them out.
Client Giant?
Client Giant.
Okay, good.
So it's their top of mind program. So it sends them tiny little gifts quarterly. And I do it for a year after closing. So they also have like seller packages and buyer packages where they send them boxes to move. So I'm big into that. And because I'm not advertising, I'm putting my money back into my clients.
Got it. Well, what's the approximate cost for Client Giant? Because I know some people are out there are wondering.
Yeah. So it's $99 if you pay it out for the year.
Okay.
Which is great for
$99
1
client,
year.
and they get something quarterly.
They get something quarterly and a little personalized gift card that looks like it came from you, or I should say note card. So they do that all for you. So it's just happening behind the scenes.
Okay, cool. If we can put that URL in the chat, producer Jackie, that'd be fantastic. Heather, what's your best lead source? What makes you good at it?
My best lead source, same as them, is my past clients. Definitely, even like the current client, I've realized recently has been really powerful too. They're in it with you. So make sure when you're with them that, you know, you really bringing them joy, helping them, because they go start talking to all their friends, especially right now with this current market. I mean, everyone's talking about pricing and things are fast. And so, they're all talking about it. And so recently, for sure, it's that current client I'm with is telling 2 or 3 of their friends. So, yep.
Do you all ask for referrals from current clients? And if so, how do you do that?
Yes. I asked them yesterday at a home inspection.
Okay.
Home inspection. It went great. It was out one day. We saw like 10 homes, banged it out, done one day.
Nice. Yep.
Home inspection. They're happy. They're surprised. They're shocked that's going that fast. You have to kind of help them with understanding that. They understand it because they saw enough the first day. But asked them for a referral, because they said, thank you so much for everything. This has just been really great and smooth. Of course, I like to say, well, I made it smooth,
Right.
There's things I've done here. But at that point, I said, well, I really appreciate it too, guys. You're great clients. You're smart. You've listened and you've getting a great house. I'd love for you to tell your friends. And that's it.
Awesome. Very good. Lisa, how do you keep up with your past clients in Sphere besides the brochure?
So I actually use BombBomb. So BombBomb is sending out the emails to my database, and then I'll contact them via phone or text. Can't get to all of them on a regular basis, one-on-one. However, I definitely will use that, as well as I do a lot of posts on social media. So I'll keep my face out there in that way. So actually, at least 3 times a week, I'll read the Washington Journal, the Washington Post, and I'll send out articles that might be of interest, and not only related to real estate, but can relate to other aspects of life.
Okay, I like it. Heather, how do you keep in touch with your past clients?
I signed up with Sensations years ago, so that's been what I use when I'm in the closing, right in the office. I am putting in their information into Sensations.
Okay.
So they send them monthly cards, and I definitely do birthday calls. I'm in that closing room. I am putting in their birthday. I'm asking for their birthday, and I'm putting in the date of settlement. I'm putting in what to close for, what the subsidy was, trying to get the interest rate.
Okay.
Because obviously 3 years from now, 5 years from now, when they call you, you kind of want to remember that quickly.
Yep.
And it looks so good when you do, right? Instead of having to go back into the MLS and what did we close for? So then I do pop buys. I try to do them myself. It's hard. Hired someone recently to help me a little bit, but I definitely do the pop buys. And then I also do some client parties. My big one has always been a Halloween party. And it's crazy. It's fun, and everyone loves it, and everyone can show up. So
good. So lots. What's interesting to me is a couple of you put the clients on an auto-generated gift system, right? You're not forgetting them, right? But you're setting it so you don't have to worry about next quarter, what gift am I giving my best people? Something is going out basically automatically, right? Talk to me about a CRM. I didn't prep you for this question. So Heather, you were saying, well, I put this information, where does it go? Does it go into your phone? Do you use a CRM? What is your system? No shame. I'm just curious what the system is for all 3 of you when it comes to organizing client information.
Well, I probably could be better at it, but I use Apple, I use Contacts, and the notes section has that little area that I can put in that information, the details, and then I use that Sensations, and that's it.
Okay, cool. Kim?
So I use Lion Desk.
Okay.
I like that. I like that CRM. It allows, my virtual assistant and I to get in there and kind of do it together. And then I really utilize the Remax system. There's a lot of great stuff when you put those contacts in the system. We have so many tools that are right at our fingertips. So I like to make sure all those clients are loaded in there, and really just keep them in the drip campaign and everything through there. Also calls, text, just like Heather, pop buys and stuff as well. Okay.
Lisa, what do you use to organize your contacts?
I had been using regular spreadsheets, I'm a project manager.
Yeah.
So I've been using a workbook. However, I have started using Realty Juggler as the CRM.
Good. So Booge, Realty Juggler, Follow Up Boss, Lion Desk, Brian Buffini CRM is pretty simple stuff, right? It just, you load in the names, it spits them out, right? We want to be in touch with our people quarterly. So there you go. Give me a goal this year. So give me one of your goals, each of you. Do you mind sharing with the audience? Lisa, what's one of your goals for 2021?
One of my goals is to help at least 33 clients. A second goal is to help at least 3 organizations.
Good. Okay. Awesome. Kim?
So I would like to hit my 40 family goal this year. And I am very much on track for that. So I'm super excited. And, I kind of want to take a little bit of personal time this year and focus on me. I really skip over that a lot,
Yep.
having a family. So I hate to say that, and I don't want it to sound selfish, but I need to focus on me a little this year.
Oh, I don't think it's selfish at all, especially now with COVID. We've had, the issues with race, then we had the riots at the Capitol. I mean, self-care, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people, right? So no, I'm with you 110% there. Heather, give me a goal.
Yeah, same for me. Hiring an assistant and being able to spend more time on myself, which is for me going to be yoga. I need to do that. It's my workout or walking. So I don't need to get crazy. I don't need, Orange Theory.
Yep.
I just need 30 to 45 minutes of yoga and maybe, a 2-mile walk. And also with the help of somebody, I want to spend more time with my clients. Okay. I want to go to dinner. I want to go to lunch. I want to hit those birthday parties, those kids' parties.
Yeah.
These are things I'm not been able to do. And it's not even about generating more revenue. It's just about hanging out with them. They're my friends now. So right. I don't want them to think that they're not my friends. So that's
good
a goal.
Stuff. How many, what's your transaction goal for 2021?
Gosh, you guys, I'm horrible at that stuff. I don't even look at those things. Sorry. I don't even know what I did last year, really, frankly. I'm not motivated by that. That actually, it doesn't motivate me. Looking at numbers and saying, I got to hit this. That's just like energy that I don't like for my body. I just have to do right, work hard, do right. That's it.
And hire an assistant. I'm going to follow up with you on the assistant piece.
All righty.
For any of you, all of you, whatever, what's one piece of advice you'd give an agent looking to go to the next level?
Ownership. Be a boss. Be a chief executive officer and chief executive owner. You got to own who you are. And you got to own what you do for people. Make the client first and got to take care of the rest.
I like that. Kim or Heather, anything you guys want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say to work hard and be sincere and do it for your client and not the paycheck. I think a lot of agents get in this business for the paycheck, and I think it's the wrong reason. My clients, if a home inspection's bad, I'm not going to push that sale. We're going to find another house, and that's okay. So I think it's really putting them first and letting them know that they're important and not that sale, and they're going to come back to you.
Awesome. Heather, anything to add, advice you'd give for an agent looking to go to the next level?
I think exactly what you said, making sure you do right by your clients. And it's hard sometimes, especially if finances are an issue, but figure out how to make finances not an issue so that you can really focus on that. Now, there are people in this world that will take advantage, and you do have to be careful of that. You have to protect yourself from the takers. But when you find someone that's awesome and you connect with them, give them everything you got because they'll send you more people.
I like that. Does someone want to share their morning or even a daily routine?
I'll go ahead and share mine.
All right, Lisa.
Since Heather gave me that look. All right, so I wake up between 5:30 and 6, pray. Heather, you like this? So since we're on lockdown, I've started doing Zumba. I've got this big mirror in my living room. So I turn on my Sonos and I start dancing for about half an hour, hard, sweat. So then I'll get up and I'll go ahead and make coffee, watch the news. Next, I'll read that Washington Journal and post on social media to LinkedIn and Facebook. Then by 8:30, I'm in the shower dressed, and 9 o'clock, I'm on emails. And
Okay.
then I'll go on from there.
Anybody else have anything they want to share about any sort of a routine that you do, morning, evening, day, whatever? Good? Okay.
Kim?
So,
Kim.
I mean,
If you don't want to
I
share, that's cool, but go ahead.
No, it's totally fine. I mean, I just don't judge me, but I'm not a morning person. I stay up really late working at night. So for me, I am always up, dressed, and working by 9.
Okay.
That is, a definite. But I'm also up really late. So my clients always ask, do I ever sleep? That's probably no.
Got it. Heather, anything from you?
Yeah, I mean, Lisa, you're putting us to shame here, all right? But the thing is, guys, is that Lisa is like incredibly self-motivated. But the thing is, everyone can do this business. You just have to figure out what's right for you. So Kim's a night owl. I can tend to be a little bit of a night owl, not too late, but I'm definitely not. First thing is my dogs are out and I'm getting my coffee. I mean, that's it's the basics, right? And then for me now, I really want to do like a 30-minute yoga at least, and then hop in the shower and be at my desk by 9. Definitely by 9. We work till 9. I mean, we work till 9 or 10. So it's hard to for me anyway, be working at that too early, because if I have to work till 9 or 10, or sometimes I've been negotiating at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
Not that I want to, and we all were trying to set our boundaries, but sometimes I'm going to make sure my client wins. Like, we are getting that done tonight. Right. So, 9 o'clock, you better be at your desk, I think is fair.
Good. I like that. Mark Rusnak out of Virginia Beach suggested reading The Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod. Those of you who have not read that book, that is a great book. Easy breezy read. And he talks about morning routine. My morning routine for $1 Million Agent is available at theallegianceway.com. Click on checklists. Let's talk about the market a little bit. Are you doing anything different to get listings, right? We know that getting a listing right now in most markets, it's like a paycheck, right? As long as it's priced right, shows well, that sort of a thing. What are you doing when you find yourself in a competitive listing situation? Talk to me about winning more listings. Who wants to start?
I guess I'll start. For me, being referral, I don't find myself in a lot of listing appointments that I don't get.
Okay.
I'm kind of there and it's warm, it's not cold. But the one thing I have to say is, whether we're in a busy market or a slow market, my services stay the same. They're consistent. Even though that listing is going to sell in 3 hours, I still give all the professional photos, the virtual tour, and everything. So I keep my business very consistent in a busy or slow market. So I would say, listing wise, I'm not doing anything different, but having that downtime with COVID gave me a chance to start really reaching out to my clients. And I think that's why I had such a successful year. I think that they wanted to, keep me in business and promote me, and they did just that.
Good. So marketing process system stays the same regardless of the house. I like that. And people like to hear, hey, I have a process. This is what works and this is what we do. Heather or Lisa, what are you all doing to win more listings?
Well, I'll just say sometimes, I'm referral too. But recently I've gotten a few listings because somebody in the neighborhood heard about me or whatever. And, or actually just another one recently where I sold the house next door, quickly, and the clients were already out of the country, and there was, they saw my painters, everyone running in and me checking it. So they were impressed. But a lot of these people still, the world, they got to interview 2 other agents and make sure they did right. So at that point, that's where I really, because I know like they're usually calling that top agent that's got massive marketing and whatever, because, the neighborhood person. So I make sure at that point when I'm interviewing, I really tell them that when they work with me, they get me.
Right.
So there's no middleman. There's no another person I'm going to throw you off to. If you want to text me, call me, email me, you're probably going to get immediate service.
Mm-hmm.
We talk a little bit about my, hey, text is yes or no. Email is taskless, but we'll talk about that. But I really hone in on that. And I think in today's world, right now, the world that we're in, like, people need connection. They need to know that somebody has their back. So I think like us individual agents can do very well when we're competing against the big boys.
Agree entirely. Lisa, what do you have to add about winning listings?
I love it. Brand management is key. And I just have to give a shout out. Congratulations to Madam Vice President, my soror. Once again, that's why I've got my pink on and my pearls. I am all about brand management. So when I'm competing, I'm going to set up the meeting. And when I visit with them to do the walkthrough, I'm going to present them with my customized book with my letter, my bio, Remax Allegiance, the seller guide, and a mini CMA in there.
Okay.
I'm going to hand it to them in a black envelope. It's really nice.
Yep.
So then I'm going to go ahead and set up a Zoom meeting with them that evening or the next day so that I can take time with them so they can get to know me and feel me and vice versa. At that point in time, I'm taking them through my customized PowerPoint presentation that's going to review what's in the binder. And then I'm going to take them on a virtual tour. Now, the day before, I've already sent them the virtual MLS properties, comps.
Yep.
But I want to be able to go through them with them individually so that they can see and understand why I'm saying we might want to set the price around this versus that, and then help them to buy in on what that price is going to look like if they want to be just below market or at the high end. And so it's helped me win.
Good. I like that. So when does the experience start with our clients, and what do we want that experience to look like? And do we have a system, right? You all have a system. You list with me, this is what we're going to do. And by doing this, I've gotten results time and time again. One more question. We're a little bit over time. It's an uber competitive market, like we mentioned. How are you helping your buyers win in these multiple offer situations? It's the $1 million question, right? Who wants to start?
Heather.
I'm often doing a home inspection. If I can get that listing agent to agree to us to go do, and I sometimes describe it as a mini home inspection. So, because of course, COVID time, you only get so much time. But, if you get a good home inspector, you should be able to get into the attic. You should see the panel box taken off. You should be able to go check the HVAC, water heater. And while the home inspector is doing that, I might take his plug that he checks all the outlets with, and I'm running around doing that, and I'm turning on the stove, and I'm turning on the dishwasher, helping so that we can get in and out of there and get an inspection done, and then I can waive it.
Okay. So pre-inspection, Lisa, Kim, how are you winning offers in multiple offer situations?
So I agree with Heather. I'm also doing that. I'm doing the quick pre-inspections because I want my client to be competitive, but I also want them to be protected.
Right.
So that's super important. I also am having them go through underwriting like they have a house. Go through underwriting, Get your stuff in, stop waiting until you find a house. That way we can do a 2-week closing, and that's aggressive. And I think they want quick, and then I think they want free rent backs. So those are some things. And the new thing is paying the seller's closing costs minus the commissions.
Yep, I've heard that too. So paying seller closing costs, free rent back, pre-inspection. Anything to add to that, Lisa White?
I'm just helping making sure that the buyers understand how pricing's done, and definitely start educating them up front with the first call in regards to how this market is totally different from any other market that we've been in.
Yeah, so the importance of
and tell them sometimes you have to lose a few to really get it.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
the importance of a powerful powerful buyer consultation, talking about stats, how much time do you have to decide, average days on market, the discount that we talked about at the top of the show today, right? There's no discount for the most part, right? I hope that everybody watching found this as powerful as I did. Lisa White, Kim Chamberlain, Heather Carlson, appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to participate today. We'll see everybody back here next month. Take care. Thanks.
Thank you.